like he came in just some mealy-mouthed nitwit.
Or to quote the I-Man earlier, as you said when you first met me, you thought me to be a goof.
Yeah, but we found that that's not the case.
But I know that's just your own way of endearing.
Anyway, good morning, Congressman Hayworth.
Good morning, I-Man, and thanks for the great book.
You're quite
Two Guys,
welcome.
Four Quarters. Yes. It'll be in the office that belongs to the people of the 6th Congressional District of Arizona.
A former New York Times bestseller, I would hasten to point out.
And still not finding its way to the bargain table.
No.
Intolerance sullies bipartisan atmosphere. Good morning. Congressman J.D. Hayworth with sports. We start this sports cast. I was going so well, and then the choppers did a werewolf thing. We start this sportscast with a salute to all in our audience who start their day with this program as well as their own workout program. Personal fitness a part of life on Capitol Hill, as many of us lawmakers make our way to the congressional gym early in the a.m., some of us considering it a duty to arrive before our other colleagues and tune in the I-Man on MSNBC. But bipartisanship and civility now under attack in the House, Jim, sad to say, due in no small part to a pair of senior senators. Chuck Schumer of New York and Dick Durbin of Illinois have verbally assaulted this congressman over my channel choice and have disparaged Don Imus and this program repeatedly.
Two dicks.
These self-same Solons, who so often speak of tolerance, prove themselves intolerant of the I-Man. Something to remember in a future November. A hate crime, you be the judge. To normally placid Pebble Beach, yesterday the scene of what some might call a hate crime, or at least a Nancy Kerrigan-like incident involving golfing great Tiger Woods and an autograph seeker. Our Imus in the Morning microphones were there, and in the best tradition of Edward R. Murrow and Fred Friendly, you can hear it now.
Mr. Woods, can I have your autograph? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No.
The result of the ugly incident, a hyperextended knee for Tiger, and a decision for Woods today. Is he healthy enough to try and defend his National Pro-Am title? We'll find out later this morning. We'll find out tonight who's got game on Tobacco Road. Number 2 Duke versus number 4 North Carolina. Also on the slate out west, number 7 Arizona at Oregon.
That's a big game, the Duke, North Carolina game.
It sure is.
And I guess they're doing okay down there at Tucson with the Arizona Wildcats.
That's right. Lute Olson coming back. Sadly, his bride Bobby passed away, and it's been a tough time in Tucson. But Lute and the Basket Cats have got it together, and they're playing better.
Yeah.
Ice hockey, before we put the sportscast on ice, the Rangers finally climbed back in the victory saddle with a 4-1 win last night over Montreal. A relieved Mark Messier comments on snapping the 4-game skid.
Well, like I said, we stand where we stand now, and we played a solid game tonight. And as the old saying goes, you're only as good as your last game.
Nervous laughter or relief.
That's really a laugh, right?
Or both. That's just part for the public record. For a sportscast of record this morning, there was no real payoff there. I just felt compelled for listeners in your audience in the immediate New York area to put that on.
Okay. Well,
so did this one rate okay?
this is good. Yeah, this is very good.
Yeah.
Defending your, let me tell you what those guys did down there.
Chuck Schumer, who I can't believe would even be working out that spongy-looking.
What's he do?
Yeah. What does he do to work out?
Looking
Well,
for
he
people
comes
to change
in-
the hell out of their pockets in the gym.
Well, when he comes in and sets up the bike, and he starts in, ragging on the I-Man.
Right.
And then he starts in, I guess I really shouldn't betray the conversations, but what the heck, we're on different sides of the aisle. He starts in saying how, maybe Al shouldn't have shown up on the air, and replaying that campaign. And I don't know if he holds a grudge against the I-Man.
No.
Durbin, I don't know what his MO is.
No.
But I try to explain to him that, his fellow senators are in there. But I can say this. I saw them yesterday, when you're doing a couple of bits, smiles spread across their faces.
Right.
I said, you guys better never hope I'm sitting on a panel to confirm you for something.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
And that's the ugliness. And now we have that little exercise in picking on Chuckles' teenage pal, John Ashcroft, who'll be confirmed and will be a great attorney general.
Well, we'll see.
That's sports and commentary.
Well, you've been great this morning, and thank you very much. On the serious note, we greatly appreciate you taking the time to come out and do this. And it was fun, and you were terrific. So,
my gratitude and that of the people.
Congressman J.D. Hayworth here in the Imus Morning program. The ballots are now leaving Palm Beach. Some 462,000 ballots have been loaded in this Ryder truck. If there's a God in heaven, and I suspect there is, this truck will either catch fire.
There'll be a big hurricane coming up the coast.
And
it'll fly all over
and then that'll be
I-95.
It'll have Firestone tires on it. Wouldn't it be?
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Senator Dodd, do you have any influence with Al Gore?
Of course I do.
Well, then call him and tell him to get out.
I'm not going to tell him to get out.
No.
Come on.
When are you?
Listen, what's going on with this truck? I bet that's a snowbird driving that thing. What, is the state of Florida broke? They don't have a plane? You can't go out to That truck isn't going to make it. That truck won't be there on January 20th.
I mean, is that idiotic?
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
I think it's possible.
I think it's important. The public had a right to know.
Yeah.
And I kind of traverse those two worlds, serving the public as a member of Congress and in my former role as journalist. And so today I thought it was important to bring that revelation to you.
What's the other guy's name?
Durbin.
Oh, he's a dork. Don't care about him. Dick Durbin. So.
And there are other folks I could name, but I'll wait for a future broadcast.
Well, they'll be devoted. They'll be addressed in essay form forever. And I mean, here's the problem. It's like Rick Kaplan. I mean, this Rick Kaplan offense happened. So I don't even know how many years ago.
A long
time ago, and he will forever. We haven't forgotten Charlie Warner. This is a scum from 20 years ago, and he still gets it.
Favorite.
That's good. Kind of like Old Testament justice.
So Chuck, vanilla condom-looking Schumer, that puffy-looking sissy boy, liberal, whining, probably criminal.
Now, I don't. Let me just say this. Hard to be in his defense, but he did offer some critiques.
Right.
He loved the old days of Billy Saul Hargis. He was kind of doing the retroactive thing, living in the past. He was complimentary about that, but now as a senator, he was sitting there, kind of giving me grief. He and Durbin every morning, and it's come to the point, where, again, not these two, I don't know who did this, but somebody in the House gym last term went in and programmed MSNBC out of the television. We in the majority restored it.
Right.
And we try to explain that the I-Man's an equal opportunity insult artist.
Yeah.
You rag on us and call it. We enjoy it in kind of a weird masochistic way.
Yeah.
It just pains me to see folks who are allegedly so tolerant up in arms. And as I say, I have more names, but that'll wait for a future episode.
Working out so they can sprint to the cameras when they say
Well, what is Senator Schumer's workout regimen? He sits on a bike like a big fat sissy that he is. Does it have a seat on it?
Seatless.
Yeah. By the way, does it have a seat on it?
Now, in fairness to Chuck, promote an atmosphere.
That's not necessary, is it, Charles?
No, that was ugly.
But that would be the direction of the essay. Could be even we could just
Senator's workout.
And as I sit here now, I agonize somewhat because I wonder if I'll be brought up on ethics charges. I don't believe there is any vow of silence we take in the gym. The only thing they have on the wall is no visitors or photographers allowed. So maybe there's not the vow.
The only person liable to be brought up on ethics charges would be Senator Schumer. And that's just a matter of minutes away. So for that,
what is interesting though, being in the majority now, don't you dare touch that TV. Maybe that being 6'5", 290 helps out a little bit.
That would probably help, some. Congressman J.D. Hayworth here in the Imus Morning program. Tomorrow, Senator Zell Miller from Georgia will be on, and Fred Imus.
Fine man.
Maybe some other stuff as well.
Another fine man.
Okay, 4 till or 6 till the hour now.
I don't care if it rains or freezes, as long as I got my plastic cheese right on the dashboard of my car. I can go 100 miles an hour as long as I got the almighty power. Little bear on my pair of fuzzy eyes. Imus in the morning.
The question is on everyone's lips.
I just got to be honest with you. Can you tone it down a little bit? Because there's only so much I can explain. Give me a call.
Slim Shady, brain dead like Jim Brady. I'm a M80, you little like that Kim lady. I'm buzzing, dirty dozen, naughty rotten rhymer. Cursing at you players worse than Morty Schottenheimer. You whacking in the you bitch your style from. You ain't gonna sell some copies if you press a double album. Admit it, it. While we coming out in the open, I'm doing acid, crack, smack, coke, and smoking dope then. My name is Marshall Mathers, I'm an alcoholic. I have a disease and they don't know what to call it. Better hide your wallet, cause I'm coming up quick to strip your cash. Bought a ticket to your concert to come and whip your ass. Bitch, I'm coming out swinging. pudding. This assets don't hold me. I'll slit your mother throat worse than Ron Goldman. So when you see me on your block with 2 blocks screaming the world like Tupac, just don't give up. Talking this behind my back, dirty Mac and telling your boys that I'm on crack. Just don't give up. So put my tape back on the rack. Go run and tell your friends my shit is whack. I just don't give up. But see me on the street and duck, 'cause you gon' get stuck, stolen, and snuck. 'Cause I just don't give up.
Imus in the morning.
Copyright 2001 Infinity Broadcasting, all rights reserved. Imus in the Morning is a presentation of WFAN and Westwood One Entertainment.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, then you're listening to Imus in the Morning from 5:30 to 10 on The Fan. Sports Radio 66 WFAN, New York.
An Infinity Broadcasting Station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning at 10 o'clock. This is Rich Ackerman. The president. Oh, what do you think I was talking about? No.
Stole my soul just to play rock and roll and pick up ladies in the Mercedes-Benz. Now I got a hot daughter, but I can't hold my water wearing spandex over the pants. Playing bingo ball kicks 'cause I can't sex a chicks. It's probably time I call it quits. Look stupid when you dance in Sansamel pants and you suffer from the rheumatism like this. Once found in the morning on the worldwide touring was the time I really knew how to live. Used to make it with groupies, now I can't make a poopy unless I take a little laxative. Me and Joe Perry all night making merry, smoking weed and drinking champagne. Watching ladies get excited, now I find them nearsighted and my bifocals hang from a chain. And the nurse saying, your walker's this way, 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 your walker's this way. I can't take a whiz. Now I'm just a spectator 'cause my crazy days are all through. Life was an adventure, but I gotta get dentist cream corns about all I can chew. I used to do acid, now my wiener is flaccid, only boners are when I reminisce. Yeah, me and Mick Jagger gonna buy Viagra with a Medicare benefits and like this. The end is near, my rock and roll career isn't just about to come full swing. Can't be a child climber when you got the Alzheimer's singing, I don't wanna miss a thing. Where my dog's at down at the dog track, notes pinned to the sweaters that say, getting old is no fun, so if Jeannie's got a gun pointed at my head and blow me away, 'cause the nurse say, your walker's this way, 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 your walker's this way. Your walker's this way. Wake up, kid, it's half past and you ain't nothing really changing but the date. You a grand slammer, but you know Babe Ruth. You gotta learn how to relate. I've been swinging from the pearly gate. I got all the answers, and lo and behold, you got the right key, baby, but the wrong key. Ho, yo.
Imus in the morning.
If you're driving right now, chances are you can spot 3 or 4 sport utilities.
And here we are. So with the extraordinary accomplishments of black America across the years and such soaring figures we celebrate as Frederick Douglass, Jackie Robinson, and Martin Luther King, why would I choose to focus on some figures of more diminutive dimension? Because I can, I guess, and because these guys are all in the news now, and I am a current events reporter after all. So anyway, let's meld some events together. Like, what's up with all this pardon brouhaha? No, not Mark Rich, the finagling fugitive financier who greased exoneration out of Bubba with a couple of trunkloads of Benjamins. That wasn't a quid pro quo? Right. And I'm not way past my warranty expiration. No, I'm talking about a guy pretty much overlooked in the pardon process, former Congressman Mel Reynolds. He got absolution from Father Clinton. You remember Mel. Bank fraud, wire fraud, lied to the Federal Election Commission. But that's, the okay stuff. There's also child porn, sex assault, aggravated criminal sexual abuse, obstruction of justice, and, wait a minute, am I talking about Congressman Mel or President Bill? The former, actually. Mel's the guy who is most famously remembered for how to put this delicately, whacking off during a phone conversation with his 17-year-old paramour, trying to get her to set up a threesome for him with her 15-year-old chum. What's his Black History Month speech going to be? I have a hard-on? But wait, as they say, there's more. Not only does this human derelict land a get-out-of-jail-free ticket from Bubba, Mel's landed on his feet. He's now a consultant, as God is my witness. For what? The Rainbow Push Coalition. And hired by whom? I swear I'm not making this up. By Bubba's personal spiritual guru, the Reverend Jesse, I'm a new daddy, stay out the bushes, Jackson. You wonder what his Black History Month speech is going to be, don't you? Maybe I've got a nightmare? Let's see, who else in recent days? Oh, of course, our two Rays, Lewis and Carruth. There are a couple of explorers, huh? Well, at least Reverend Jackson, as it's been pointed out, wisely chose a different course of action in dealing with his bastard child than did Mr. Carruth. I mean, he did pull out a checkbook rather than a Tech 9. We'll give him a smiley face for that one, I think. Let's see. I guess since Ray Carruth's going to the joint for quite a spell, his Black History Month speech could be, I have a girlfriend. His name is Abdul. And finally, our other Everybody Loves Raymond candidate, Ray Lewis, who you really have to hand it to. He's living large, Super Bowl ring, and he beat a double murder rap, enabling him to deliver the Black History Month speech Ray Carruth wishes he could have made. I have a defense. Well, I guess I could go on with this. Sean Puffy Combs' speech, I have Johnny Cochran, and so on. But I think I'll stop before I get Malcolm X'd.
Here now, Bernard McGurk as Maya Angelou.
How you doing? The Yankees freed you from chains. They gave the South a licking. Not so you could smoke crack, get bitches, and eat lots of chicken. No. Show some pride. Stop your whining and saying, oh, Paul me. And shaking your booty to me so horny.
That'll be fine.
Got a cigarette?
No.
Ron, I'm completely confused. We are confused. You are the one that's confused. We spent the whole day today wrecking the porch over at 4565 Amsterdam Avenue. 4565 Amsterdam Avenue? That's fine. Well, thank you, sir. That's just great. Yeah, we thought it was a nice job, yeah. The porch you were supposed to wreck was at Fix Riverside.
Hi, this is Gary Cohen, play-by-play voice of the same morning 2020 Sports with Warner Wolf. Welcome, Warner. Nice to see you. Good to have you. Very kind of you to stop by. A pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Thanks for coming by.
That'll be fine, David. Good morning, Warner. Good morning, I-Man. Well, as you know, the XFL, I-Man, begins tomorrow night. Featuring no fair catches, you must run the ball out of the end zone on kickoffs. Receivers need only 1 foot in bounds, and you must run or pass for the extra point. Now, playing quarterback for the LA Extreme is former Giants, Chargers, Broncos, and Arena football veteran Tommy Maddox with this insight on the game.
I think people are going to be shocked at, one, how good the talent level is going to be, how good the playing is going to be, and two, how much it's like football.
It's like football. Wait a minute. It's supposed to be football. And here's one of the XFL announcers, former All-American Oklahoma linebacker Brian Bosworth.
Now, what you see on the football field is just that. It's going to be hardcore, raw, in-your-face football, and we're not faking it. You can't fake football.
Fake football? Come on. Bad expression. And the AFC is a 1.5 favorite over the NFC in Sunday's Pro Bowl. It's also even money that no one will watch. In fact, it's a good bet that more people will watch Saturday night's XFL game, just out of curiosity, than Sunday's Pro Bowl. And this raised a lot of eyebrows. The new head coach of the Buffalo Bills is not Ravens defensive coordinator Marvin Lewis, nor Giants defensive coordinator John Fox. Instead, the Bills named Tennessee Titans defensive coordinator Greg Williams. The Titans defense did give up the fewest yards in the NFL. NBA last night at the Garden, Philadelphia made it 14 of 15 on the road, beat the Knicks 87-80. Allen Iverson had 31, including
three three-pointers as called by WFAN's Mike Breen.
Iverson only shooting 28% from long range, but he's hit a couple. Has it right wing this time. Puts up another three. It's good. Allen Iverson. 3 straight three-pointers. And the Sixers go up by 10.
Right after the game, a disconsolate Coach Jeff Van Gundy.
I don't mind Iverson's step back to his left. That's make or miss. But our inability to get crucial rebounds and fight for the ball is unthinkable in a game like this.
Well, get some guys who can rebound. College ball last night, the big one in Durham. North Carolina beat Duke 85-83 on Brendan Hayworth's 2 foul shots with 1 second left. Uncharacteristic of a Mike Krzyzewski team, Duke made only 13 out of 27 foul shots. Golf, Pebble Beach, Tiger Woods shook off a strained knee, shot a 6 under par, 66, 2 strokes behind leader David Berganio. And finally, men's Division III college basketball. If you had SUNY of Farmingdale and 51 points, you lost. Wilkes 140, SUNY 88. For Imus in the Morning Sports, this is Warner Wolf.
Do you actually look for these games that have these wide disparity in scores? So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just so you can do that.
Yes.
Stop doing it.
So, we want the worst, most lopsided score of the night.
Right. Then you do, okay.
Right.
It's 11 minutes, almost 10 minutes now till the hour here on the Imus in the Morning program. Well, what is going on in Washington today?
Program weekdays, 5:30 until 10.
Sports Radio 66, the fan, WFAN, New York.
Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Nice to have you with us on a Saturday morning in New York. The 3rd day of February, the year 2001. 718-937-6666. Two-way sports talk. Telephone number, Jerry Recco and Cal Casey. We're taking a 1 o'clock. Lots cooking here today. Obviously, with the timing of it, you know, a little XFL will be part of the mix. And the Knicks and the Nets. And we'll start Knicks-Nets, and we'll make it quick because there's nothing much to add. What a disastrous game. I mean, the Nets give you an effort here for a little while.
Pebble Beach Pro-Am, Matt Gargo, 3-stroke lead on Vijay Singh. That's halfway through. Tiger Woods, 8 strokes back as we take a look at the golf situation. And also Barry Alvarez will stay put at the University of Wisconsin, getting a contract extension that he says will keep him there for the remainder of his coaching career. The University of Miami have been interested in Alvarez for their coaching vacancy. With reports every 20 minutes, this is John Minko, WFAN 2020 Sports.
Listen every Thursday for Box Office Blitz Thursday. It's your chance to win free tickets every hour beginning at 10 a.m. with Jody McDonald and Susan Waldman and Mike and the Mad Dog, exclusively on The Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York.
Sports Radio 66, the fan, WFAN, New York.
All right, Jason's in long. You could have made the argument to go after A-Rod, give him everything he wanted, then trade Ordonez, save that money there, and go from there. But they needed another pitcher. They lose Hampton. Now they don't have the pitcher. They're not getting Wells. He's not coming here. We know that. Mets are not as good. I mean, you'd be crazy. If you're a Met fan, you got to face facts. They lose Mike Hampton. They add Traxel and Apier. They're not as good. 11 o'clock. Tim Welsh of Providence will join us. Come on back. Sports Radio 66.
Sports Radio 66, the fan, WFAN.
It's Big East basketball on The Fan as Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Knicks basketball.
Jim Mohan.
Sports Radio 66, the fan, WFAN, New York.
Back on The Fan. Nice to have you with us for hour 2. 718-937-6666. That's your two-way sports talk. The telephone number as we talked about the world of sports. Important game tonight in Providence. St. John's will take on the Friars. Providence has played well. They got their point guard back. We're going to talk to Welsh here later on, I think, this morning. And Providence is 15-5 and 6-2 in the Big East. St. John's 12-7, 6-2 as well. St. John's now is in a very tough stretch of games. I mean, they have to play, you know, at Providence, at Notre Dame, and at Miami. And they never play well in Miami. NBA, your team, to be a good coach, the first thing that has to happen is your team has to, for the most part, go out and play hard for you every single night. And Van Gundy, the Knicks, for the most part, play hard for him every night. And that's a tremendous plus for him.
12 o'clock in New York, WFAN and Infinity Broadcasting Station. Rich Ackerman takes over. Come on back.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Your home for New York sports talk and the best games in town is The Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York, an Infinity Broadcasting Station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon at 12 noon. This is Rich Ackerman, the Ackerman, your home for Mike and the Mad Dog, weekdays 1 until 6:30.
Sports Radio 66, The Fan, WFAN, New York.
Nice to have you with us. Hour 3, the Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon edition of Christopher Russo. Good to have you with us here on The Fan. 718-937-6666. Sort of a potpourri. Tim Walsh joined us. St. John's big game tonight against Providence. 8 o'clock game up there in the Pacific Center. St. John's Monday at Notre Dame. And then, of course, next week down in Miami as we chat with James in Holbrook. And he is on The Fan. Hello, James.
Hey, Chris. How's it going?
How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Congratulations on your daughter.
Thank you, James. Appreciate it.
In football for the next few months until September. Richard Neer, stay tuned for Ack and the Flash, and NBA basketball, Knicks and Heat.
Sports Radio 66, The Fan, WFAN.
There's Carol from North Carolina. Good morning, Carol.
Breen is back. Yes. And also, he's just as cute and handsome as ever. Oh, my God, I'm so happy. I woke up at 8:45, and there was Breen, and I thought I was dreaming. But there he was, and now he's back, and I love him so much.
Want to go to a Knick game, Carol? It was his idea.
If your radio like sucks in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
I see this woman who got booted off the Survivor show. Bernie was telling me yesterday that she's marrying her stepson. Is that right? That's a problem. She got booted off the island because she wouldn't participate in this X-rated conversation that they were. Said her social skills were lacking.
So she's an incestuous, frigid skank.
Yeah.
Get her off the island.
Get off the island. You are an incestuous, frigid skank. Get out.
Imus in the morning on The Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
The Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York.
The New York Knicks-Pre-game show is brought to you by Dr. Della Russo Laser Vision. 212-722-9200. By Mohegan Sun, the closest casino to
yourself as one of your best character traits. I understand you were disappointed by the first week of the XFL.
No.
Well, I hate to say it, but I kind of agree with you. But I don't think that when he first came up with the idea for the league, Vince McMahon anticipated having to compete with the likes of Ray Caruth and Mark Chernoff. You have to admit, man, these guys kind of stole all our thunder.
Well, very good point.
They could have been the poster boys for the XFL. Caruth represents exactly the kind of violent, total disregard for the sanctity of human life type of personality we strove to sign as players. Yeah. And Chimera is the prototype fan we had in mind when we put together the cheerleading squads. Albeit they're considerably older than he likes.
Well,
unfortunately, the Mann Act precludes their traveling to away games. What the XFL needs is the kind of fire you put forth when you're on one of your tirades. Having the sideline guy shove a microphone in the coach's face during the game should elicit the same kind of response as when one of the salespeople walks in on you during the show and the microphone's on. A quarterback being sacked should react the same way as you do when the poor schmuck in the commissary don't correctly melt the butter on your bagel. Players should have the same hatred and disdain for each other as you have for your staff.
You know, I realize you're being silly, but you're absolutely right, by the way.
The huddle should be as take two. The huddle should be as unpleasant to be in and witness as one of your post-program production meetings. Then you got more than smash-mouth football, man. You're talking train wreck rubberneck football. And by rubberneck, I mean morbid curiosity to view a violent accident. That wasn't a crack about your anatomy.
That'll be fine. Governor Jesse Ventura here on the Imus in the Morning program at 16 after the hour, the national news, sponsored by the Hackensack University Medical Center, one of the leading hospitals in the country. Going green, baby, going green.
Going green, all right.
Here now from on behalf of your Tri-State Jeep people.
For sports scores and sports news, it's WFAN 2020 Sports at the top of the hour, 20 past the hour, and 20 before the hour. That's 2020 sports all day, every day on The Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York.
This Valentine's Day, send your sweetheart the most romantic gift they'll ever...
I wish you would pass me by. Okay, here come the taxis up the block. Now looks like they're actually getting a taxi. Look, here we go. He passed them by.
Oh, I can't believe he passed me by.
Are you afraid of black males? You think they're going to rob you? Oh, no.
So why'd you pass us? You bum. Your mother smokes crack with George W. Bush.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
We are two black men. Get out in the street. Get out in the street. Working for the I-Man. Trying to catch a cab so we can get to work.
Subway. Montoya and Stefan standing almost in the middle of 3rd Avenue.
Here comes a cab. What would you prefer? All right, hail this taxi. To see us on TV or sneaking out of your house carrying your TV?
Prospects for our organization in terms of finance.
This is ugly. This is growing uglier by the moment.
Well, no, but I mean, do we just zone out, or?
Well, we're here front and center for the I-Man.
If you gave an order, I would have done it. You just mumbled it, and then I don't know what's going on.
I mean, what you two are doing in there?
We're working.
I'm trying to read Gear magazine.
Well, that's my point. Gear. Richard Gere.
Where's my Maxim?
I mean, it's just, how's that an unusual request?
You blather out something that makes no sense. You're incoherent.
You're not prepared. You're stupid.
And you're nasty.
How was I nasty?
You're always nasty.
I'm not always nasty, you bastard.
It's lurking right around the corner. And with every command that you make. You don't know what the hell to do in here.
So that'd be a mind reader.
So as a consequence, we don't pay attention at all, then?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Right, that's it.
That's a good conclusion to come to.
Hey, look, where's my Maxim magazine?
It's 14 till the hour. Yeah, what a nightmare. Frank Rich of the New York Times and Fred Dicker from the New York Post coming up. Warner's here. So Warner says he was on the side room or something last night on CNN. So, one, you didn't even know what he was on. And two, with that pretentious little twit, Tucker Carlson.
Oh.
And that other old fool of Bill Press.
Oh, they were nice guys.
Oh, they're losers.
Tucker Carlson was your pal just a month ago.
Yeah, but I didn't like what he said about Bill O'Reilly.
Oh, okay.
That was, did you know what he said about Bill O'Reilly?
No, I didn't know about that.
That's gratuitous. He said, he didn't know anybody he said, I don't personally know anybody who's read his book.
Yeah, I saw that.
And, but number one on the New York Times bestseller list, I don't know anybody's read it either, by the way, and I tried to read it. It's awful. But that's not the point. You don't need to say that. You can say it if you're me, but I mean, you don't need to say it if people think you're really serious, you know. Well, it is awful, by the way, but somebody has read it. It's sold about 1 million copies. Yeah.
Or somebody at least has bought it.
So somebody's bought it. So I don't know if they're reading it or not. But his point was, you know, that O'Reilly was, you know, beneath him, the chattering classes, and when that's why people won't go on his program. And of course, the mistake O'Reilly makes is whining about it. He brings it to everybody's attention that you know, nobody takes him seriously or won't go on his whatever. Doesn't get any respect or whatever he's whining about. But so I thought it was gratuitous of Carlson to make that snippy remark about O'Reilly.
Bow tie wearing dork. Shut up.
And then they said you'd have to be insane to watch the show or to go on it or whatever, or retarded or something. Didn't say retarded, but
why do we have to? Where's this ugliness coming from?
So my question was, what had O'Reilly done? O'Reilly's a nice guy, by the way, a very nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got this. The show is awful. The show's awful. The book is awful, but he's not. He's pretty good. I kind of like him. Yeah?
He's a nice fellow.
He asks the tough questions. Come on.
You know. So, but he's I don't know. He's a little rough around. He's a little rough around the edges.
Yeah. First he was your guy.
He is my guy. Nice guy. He is my guy.
Soon he'll be a fat loser.
No, he won't. Tucker Carlson's a fat loser. In fact, get Tucker Carlson on the program here tomorrow, and let's ask Tucker Carlson why he felt it necessary to
take out Bill.
To diss Bill O'Reilly. Well, what's that all about?
What's he done?
Yeah. A snippy little bow tie and fat yuppie.
What's Carlson doing?
Yeah.
Weasel? Doing Sunday night shows on the Clinton News Network at 10:30 at night.
Yeah. And when the Warner goes on, by the way.
Yeah.
In a abject lack of loyalty, except by going Larry King, so I guess I cut him some slack, I guess.
Never mind.
Never mind.
That's okay.
Warner's not talking about the XFL like Warner knows anything about the XFL. Did you even watch that game?
Warner doesn't know anything about the NFL.
Yeah, Warner knows anything about the NFL. Not the XFL.
Man.
Well, and good morning, Warner.
Wait a minute.
Good grief. Jeez. So Warner's position on the XFL is...
he already doesn't know anything.
What is your position on the XFL?
Well, I said, among other things, he's going to have a tough time.
Who's he now?
McMahon, because now you've got NCAA basketball,
right.
You've got NBA, National Hockey League. Also, you're going to ask people to sit out in open-air stadiums in February and March, right? Plus, I think he has a dilemma. I can't believe that there's a big majority of people that are going to watch the XFL just for football quality. They're looking for other stuff. But the dilemma is that these are players. They take themselves seriously. They're not wrestlers. And they think, hopefully, that an NFL scout is looking at them. They're not going to take a dive. So I think he's got a problem there.
Well,
good point, Warner.
Unless he can convince these players that it would be in their interest to make this league an attractive league and a successful league, and then they could start making as much money. Some of these wrestlers make some pretty good money, don't they?
Oh, big money. The big stars do.
Yeah. Unless, of course, I think it would be pretty safe to bet that McMahon's screwing them, too,
The stars, the wrestling stars?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a couple of them he has to pay, and the rest of them he don't have to give anything to. Yeah. So, I don't have to do with all the money, but, well.
Imus in the morning, 2020 sports. So many jocks, so little time. Here's Warner Wolf. Easy, big fella. Keep him in your mouth.
Good morning, Warner.
Good morning, I-Man. The Imus in the Morning Sports Report is brought to you by Smith Barney. NBA, the Pistons won their first home game in 6 weeks, beating the Nuggets last night. The Nets, Heat, Bucks, Suns, also winners. Only Orlando winning on the road, beating Charlotte. In fact, the Bulls lost to the Suns by 17 and dropped to 6-42. Change the rule. If you can't win 7 games by Valentine's Day, you're... What's that?
So, what?
Well, you know the answer?
I think I do.
Fill in the blanks. Change the rule. If you can't win 7 games before Bernard talks by Valentine's Day, your season is over because you have no heart.
Oh, my God.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, I get it. Valentine's
I did see that last night.
It appears Nets general manager John Nash is gone. How do we know? Because we called the Nets, and they had no comment. Kiss of death.
There you go.
If you're going to the NBA All-Star Game in Washington Sunday.
Doing a lot of stories in it.
Well, terrible.
About what?
You must really realize the mistake that you have made, don't you?
What mistake?
In not having PMAC as your full-time sports guy. I mean, you must realize that what you've let slip through your hands.
We want
it must be a horrible feeling, Mr. Imus.
We want Breen back. We don't want to get rid of you and Warner, and we want Breen back.
It must be absolutely terrible to know that you've made such a mistake.
Yeah, well,
you had the best right in your midst.
Right, Breen.
And what did you do?
You want Breen?
No, PMAC.
Well, no, I'm talking about PMAC.
Breen get away.
PMAC is a P-Brain.
Someone who came in, who knew how to get it done, and what was I doing in the year that I was there? I was getting better and better.
You couldn't do anything else.
Funnier.
Yeah, what else could you do? You couldn't get a job. You finally
couldn't get any worse.
Finally managed a Fidelis Davis Cup scam.
I have so many jobs now, I don't know what to do. And you had a chance to tie me up, to lock me in, and what did the I-Man do?
Well, you didn't give us an opportunity.
No, you didn't step up.
Yes, we did. We tried to get Breen back. We're still trying to get him back.
That's stepping down, my friend.
I don't think so.
Look, as great as Breen is, let's face it,
He's had his run.
No, I think
I'm in.
Yeah.
It's time to move forward.
What do you say now? The Davis Cup thing's not working out?
Davis Cup thing's working out great, but I'm telling you,
Why are you in
when
Switzerland,
you
by
get
the
a
way?
chance to get T-Mac back in your grasp, don't let it slip away again.
Why are you in Switzerland, incidentally?
To kick some Swiss tail.
So
We're getting ready to play Switzerland starting Friday. First round of the Davis Cup, 2001.
The country's
on the edge of their seat.
Who's your team?
I got my squad here. We're lined up. I have Todd Martin, Jan Michael Gamble, Justin Gimelstob, and our young 18-year-old Andy Roddick, #1 junior in the world, who's now who understands that it's time for him to step up.
Justin Gimelflob is a loudmouth loser.
He's a loudmouth and an excellent player, and we're going to get him in the mix.
How come you passed over your brother on the doubles thing?
Well, we decided to go in a different direction.
What direction were they? Did they want somebody to play in a walker? Or?
That's not necessary, man.
We have to go.
Wait, who's doing sports today?
Master K.
Master K?
Kendall from Queens.
Well, my point is well made. I mean, what an embarrassment.
He was great. He was not
Well,
last time.
let me tell you something, man. You dropped the ball big time.
Well, we'll see.
Imus in the morning.
All right.
Wedding ring.
Imus in the morning. 2020 sports.
And we had a situation where the umpire just totally dominated this game by having too many walks, came charging over, telling the kid he's going to throw him out of the game if he flung the helmet one more time. That how adults, I feel sometimes, that the children...
Well, it looks like we lost Steve there, but I think I got his point. He's saying that he doesn't want umpires to control the whole tempo of the game. And right now on the fan, here's Kendall in Queens. Hey, Kendall, how are you?
Yo, what's up, baby? How you doing, Kelly?
Pretty good, thanks. How about you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks for taking my call and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, I told my boy got cut off last time. I almost had an umpire go up in my face like that, too. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't play that, but that's all right, though. We cool now. We cool. Hey, yo, let me ask you something, Kelly. Where you from, baby?
I'm from Queens.
Yeah, you sound sweet, though. You from Queens like me and whatnot.
Yes, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? How's this connection sound? Hello?
Hello?
How the connection sound? Sound good?
Sounds good, Kendall.
Yeah, I done stolen a cell phone. I'm checking it out, man. Nah, I'm just playing with you, baby. I'm just playing with you. Hey, yo, don't call me Kendall, baby. You know what I'm saying? All my bitches, they call me now.
All right, Kendall. You have a good night, and thanks for the call. Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's right. Bitch can't talk to a brother. You know what I mean? Cut me right off.
Well, I think when you called her a bitch, it offended her.
Yo, Imus, it's like this, yo. I used to rob liquor stores and Korean delis to put food in my hoes and the babies' bellies. Once I stuck up the cleaners, put my 9 on the slope. I said, give up the cash, you punk-ass dope. Then a million yellow brothers came out from who knows where. Yo, I felt like a pimp in Tiananmen Square. Yeah, fine. After that scare, I swore I'd lead a clean life after one more mission to stab my wife. But I got all that squash. I'm out the courts. And now Master K's with the I-Man, broadcasting sports. You know what I'm saying? Imus in the morning. Master K here on the Imus in the morning program. Yo, it's like this, Imus in the morning. Phoenix Suns forward Cliff Robinson got locked up over the weekend for DWI and possessing a couple of blunts. Play the cut, yo.
This is a very embarrassing situation for myself and especially the team. Especially under the circumstances that we've been going through.
Yo, y'all ain't done nothing wrong. DWB, driving while black. You ever heard of that? Don't be sounding like no Uncle Tom. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the morning. Phoenix Suns guard, Jason Kidd, the mulatto brother. He was arrested last month on domestic abuse charges. Come on, kid. What's up with this wigger? You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? You feeling me, yo? And Suns guard Anthony Hardaway got busted for threatening to Ray Caruth, the moms of his 8-year-old daughter, yo. Yo, Imus, man, you know what I'm saying? Hardaway should Ray Caruth his own moms for naming his ass Anthony, you know what I'm saying? What's up with that? It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Yo, Imus, my Phoenix Suns and my team, they got a roughneck story. Look out, Shaq and Kobe, it's gonna be gory. You know what I'm saying, Imus in the morning? Yo, this white brother over here, Green Bay Packer Mike Shimura, interviewed on Court TV yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Yo, check this out, Imus.
The toughest thing for me in being with my friends and with my wife, I still walk around with my head down. Just because I that's what I had to live for 10 months. I couldn't, I had to wear a disguise.
Yeah, embarrassed? Nigga, please, you should be embarrassed. I'm busting rhymes and my boy's busting hymens, yo. You know what I mean? Yo, Imus, on Court TV yesterday, my boy Chernoff said he gonna write a book on sweet young bitches and hot tubs and whatnot. You know he said he's scared of? He's scared he gonna rip off the Iron Man, he said. You know what I'm saying, Imus, man? Yo, you all right, man?
Well, yeah, but I mean, how...
Yo, my brother put a mirror up in front of his nose. My boy's chilling out, you know what
No,
I'm saying?
but what I'm just wondering is how you could draw any analogy between the behavior of Mark Chernoff and me.
Yo, Imus, man, let me just say this.
Yeah.
I had a tattoo for every young chick in the Iron Man bang. I look like a Picasso with gold teeth. You know what I'm saying, Imus, man?
Like a Jackson Pollock,
That's
actually.
what I'm saying. And, yo, pretty boy Mulatto, another Mulatto, Derek Jeter's been haggling with the Yankees, trying to get a $189 million contract, 10-year contract to play with him. Yo, play the cut what the boy said.
I don't play for the money. I play to win.
Listen to this.
We make good money. Everyone makes good money.
Yeah.
But you play to win, or
That's right.
you should play to win.
Lying bitch. Everything about money, yo. You know what I mean? Everything about the pennies. You know what I'm saying, Imus, man? Yo, Imus, man, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman done split up. You know what I'm saying, Imus, man? Yo, Imus, man, I heard there was a third man involved. Yeah, Nicole caught Tom in bed with Ben Vereen and whatnot. You know what I'm saying, man? Yo, his butt was dripping from pippin'. You know what I'm saying, man? You feel me, Imus, man? Hey, yo, happy Valentine's Day, Tom. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Imus, man, check this out. On the fan last week, on the fan, Russo and Francesa, Mike and the Mad Dog, check out this phone call.
Dave in a car phone with Mike and Chris. Dave, how are you? Hello, Dave.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Okay.
Congratulations. Congratulations on the baby.
Thanks, Dave. Okay.
And Mike, on your wedding.
Thank you.
Where'd you, Bill, go on honeymoon?
Yo, that's some ice cold ship, yo. You know what I'm saying, Imus,
I
man?
do.
You know what I mean, man? Yo, Imus, man, y'all be don't looking too good. You know
Some
what I'm
ice
saying?
cold what? What?
Some ice cold ship. You know what I mean? Yo, Imus, man, let me take your temperature with my big black meat thermometer, trying to make you feel better. Yo, Imus, let me say this before I fly out here like a thief in the... I be Master K from around the way. Since back in the day, bitches do what I say. I be like Zeus and Hercules, so go ahead, throw stones. I don't waste no bullets like that punk Puffy Combs. I'm blazing, amazing, busting out rhymes, and I F Jennifer Lopez 1,000,000 times. I'm thriving, surviving, making all the scenes till the police shows up with that warrant from Queens. Get the cops. One love, yo. I'm out.
Master K here on the Imus Morning Program.
Like that.
Get out of the studio, I'm begging you.
Give me your wallet, yo.
I'll give you my wallet.
Where's my gun?
God almighty.
What's up with that?
Take this fat loser hat and put it on. No, actually, the bald-headed geek one would be more appropriate for you.
I got a bald head, black bald head.
That will be fine. Honest almighty. I wish we just don't need that, do we?
No, I'm frightened.
Yeah, frankly, it's just frankly offensive. It is 4 minutes now until the hour.
Imus in the morning.
Well, after last year's market mess, why does Charles McCord? Good morning, Charles.
Morning, I'm some frightening moments aboard an Amtrak train. Passenger train headed east out of Syracuse yesterday when it ran into the back of a 92-car CSX freight.
Come on, wake up.
61 people hurt. 4 still in the hospital this morning, though they are now no longer described in critical condition. Trains were on the same track going the same way, which investigators say is normal. Russ Quimmy of the NTSB explains what they'll be looking for.
We're looking at all kinds of factors here, weather, train speed, but we don't even have enough basic factual data to even start narrowing the investigation at this point.
Despite the numerous injuries, medical officials say the accident could have been much worse. It was very low speed, thankfully. A second witness has testified against Sean Puffy Combs, saying he did, in fact, have a gun the night 3 people were wounded at Club New York.
Of course he had a gun. God.
The 30-year-old woman recalled the night that she got shot in the face, saying it felt like a flaming hot sledgehammer hitting her straight in the face. A bullet went right through her nose to the base of the brain. The woman testified she saw a muzzle flash from the area where Puffy was standing and saw him and rapper Jamal Barrow both with guns. That's her account.
Oh, of course.
Mayor Giuliani.
And tonight, the man who invented it's on 60 Minutes 2 on CBS.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you.
What's everyone so happy about? Take 5 from the New York Lottery, of course, because now there's a Take 5 drawing every day of the week. That's right, 7 days a week. That means playing Take 5 has never been easier, so you've got more chances than ever to win. Just match 5, 4, 3, or even 2 numbers, and you could be a winner. That's something that should make every day a happy day. Take 5 drawings, now 7 days a week. See your lottery retailer for details.
These happy days are yours and mine. These happy days are yours and mine. Happy days.
On February 10th, the New York Lottery is holding interviews in New York City for on-camera personalities. For more information and an official job application, visit a lottery retailer or nylottery.org.
Let's talk about your ranch in Ribera. Tell me about the lambs. When your brother killed them, did they scream? Were the lambs screaming? Ungodly sound, isn't it? A little like Delbert McClinton. You know, as a rule, I never allow wacky radio morning show DJs access to my cruel, sadistic, horrifyingly evil genius. But in your case, I make an exception. Call it professional courtesy. I have insight for you, I-Man. Perspective that you can use to promote both your personal agenda and that hideous little program of yours. Everyone will think you brilliant with all your sapient wisdom and perception. You'll be the savant of the avant-garde, a sage for the modern age, instead of a rube in your shiny running shoes and cowboy hat. I offer you the solution to all the problems that plague humanity, Imus. The panacea to every one of society's ills. The answer is so astonishingly obvious that I'm aghast you didn't already think of it yourself. When it's a dog-eat-dog world, the key to survival is to acquire a taste for canine. Cannibalism. Yes, people, the other white meat. In ancient civilizations, the consumption of human flesh was not the taboo it is today. The Aztecs were hardly Neanderthals. Not only did they make contributions to art and architecture, they were responsible for the formation of stratified society and imperial administration. But they were also consumers of alternative protein sources. The very first Mexican food was Mexican. Think of it, a simultaneous remedy for world hunger and overpopulation. Darwin spoke of survival of the fittest, but surely there's something to be said for the survival of the fattest. You are what you eat. I beg to differ. You are who you eat. The earth may revolve around the sun, but it's driven by the food chain. Man is a meat eater, and man is meat. You snooze, you stews. Oh, there are those who will deem the concept preposterous and insane, but all true innovators must suffer the slings and arrows of the unenlightened. I'm very positive they laughed at Mark Burnett when he first came up with the idea for Survivor, but now how difficult do you think it would be for him to convince the network that voting off the island just isn't strong enough to maintain ratings? You lose an immunity challenge, you're no longer required to exit. You're required to become an entree. Can't be any worse than eating slugs or rat. In fact, when prepared properly, human can be quite tasty. A little white meat, lightly grilled, served in a cream sauce and a bed of radicchio. Tastes just like chicken. This should be your suggestion to spicing up that dreadful XFL. Get through the line to the quarterback. You don't just get to sack him, you get to snack on him. He hates me. He eats me. And I leave you with that thought, Imus. You can take this bold idea and do with it what you wish. And if you're not willing to get it done, well, then you can just eat me.
That's ugly. 21 after the hour here in the Imus Morning Program. And now Sharon from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. What's up, Sharon?
Good morning, fellas. I just have a good suggestion for what the XFL should be. They've never defined...
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning, fellas.
You moron. Anyway, what is your suggestion?
Okay, the XFL should really be the ex-CONFL, and I think what they should do is just bring on over all these convicts and accused murderers and everything else from the NFL. You bring over your Ray Lewis, your Ray Caruth, Mark Chernoff. This book's not going to go anywhere. He's going to be looking for money. No. What you do is you bring in Phil Simms. He can redeem himself. He had, the poorest ratings. You bring in Boomer. What's he doing lately? They call the play-by-play, with their knifings and drive-by shootings and all that while they're playing the plays. Then in between, what you do is you bring in Dan Abrams and let him be your color commentator.
Are those children screaming in the background?
Yeah, that was my child.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so he's eating and wants more food.
What is he eating?
Yogurt, organic yogurt.
Oh, he is. How old is he?
1.5.
He is?
Yes, he is.
What's his name?
Matthew.
What is it?
Matthew.
That's your only kid?
Yeah.
Take care of him. Stop making annoying telephone calls.
All right, thank you.
Imus in the morning.
Whether you prefer your music hot or cool,
upgrade? Saving money?
Systemax, like having your own tech guy.
What do I pay? Systemax guy.
Nothing. It comes with every Systemax business PC.
No vacation for Systemax guy?
No, sir.
No long lunches for Systemax guy?
No.
Systemax guy. Works for free, day and night. What do I pay you?
Right now, a Systemax Venture PC with an Intel Pentium 3 processor, 800 megahertz, and CD-ROM is just $749. Systemax business PCs are available through Global Computer. Call 1-800-8-GLOBAL or log on to globalcomputer.com. Systemax Venture PCs feature...
All right, here now on the Imus the Morning program, former Congressman Mel Reynolds.
Hey, guys. Are you tired of getting turned down by beautiful women? Are you striking out every time you're at the plate? Are you depressed because mature, intelligent ladies just won't give you the time of day? Well, don't let it ruin your self-esteem. There's hope for you yet. You may not believe this, but you can be having the best sex of your life tomorrow night if you just call right now and order my revolutionary new book, Mel Reynolds' Guide to Teen Dating. That's right. The joys of prepubescent romance can be yours if you just follow my simple, easy-to-understand, virtually foolproof techniques. Why waste valuable time, effort, and money on self-centered, player-hating bitches when you can pick up a 15 or 16-year-old with incredible ease? Order my book today, and tomorrow you can be on a cell phone in your car talking dirty to a high school sophomore, engaging your Johnson in a little Operation Push and Pull. It's that easy. Mel Reynolds' Guide to Teen Dating covers all the things you need to know to start and maintain a relationship with a juvenile. You'll learn the 411 on picking up sweet young things. In Chapter 1, From Barnett to Backstreet Boys, you'll familiarize yourself with the world of the teenage girl and how to engage her in conversation she will A, be interested in, and B, understand. In Chapter 4, Babysitting the Babysitter, you'll learn how to deal with the moral ambiguity of having a sexual relationship with a woman 1/2 to 1/3 your age. You think it won't work for you? Well, here's an endorsement from someone you may know. We'll call him Bill.
I was a rich, powerful, good-looking guy. I could have had any woman I wanted. But I found bimbos my age had too many problems. Threats of sexual harassment suits, refusing to kiss it, more trouble than they were worth. Young ladies come with less baggage, aren't all used up, and are real appreciative. Plus, they're a hell of a lot more gullible. I mean, they'll do stuff your wife wouldn't even think of doing. If you want to learn the best way to fight your midlife crisis, Mel Reynolds' Guide is the Holy Bible. I'd swear on it.
Thanks, Bill. Get in on the sexual revolution of the 21st century. Call 1-888-BONE-A-TENDERONI and order Mel Reynolds' Guide to Teen Dating today and start dating teens tomorrow.
Thank you, Congressman Reynolds, here on the Imus Morning program, 28 after the hour. Well, of course, can't even make it up how Mel Reynolds, of course, having been pardoned by President Clinton, has now been hired by Jesse Jackson's Operation Push people.
Yeah.
To serve as an advisor, I guess, for them, right?
Apparently so, man. Yep.
And Mr. Gleason feels about all that. Yeah. Baby.
Nickel for the fan, Highway Patrol.
20 minutes till the hour here on the Imus in the Morning program. Mad Dog Russo was supposed to be in doing sports this morning.
Yeah.
But apparently couldn't make it to work.
Thanks a lot. Coming through in the clutch for the I-Man.
I don't think so.
Great.
So will he be making it for his own show?
Good question.
Yeah. Right.
I guess there was a couple of feet of snow in Connecticut, but,
Charles made it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Charles lives in New Jersey.
Still got 15 inches of snow.
And Charles still made it. Of course, Charles has a Jeep. But
that's right. So what did I do this morning?
I live in the Poconos.
That's it.
So Master K, Kendall from Queens, is here now to do sports, right?
Nuh-uh, yo. Nah, Master K ain't in the house. Nah, you know what I'm saying, man? It's a day of outrage on FAN, you know what I mean? Ain't no black sports. I can't get a job. I ain't getting paid for this gig, you know what I'm saying? I just happened to be up at the bus stop. They said, yo, come on down. I said, yeah, all right. Ain't right. You know what I'm saying, Imus, in the morning, man? I'm going to be setting myself on fire today. You know what I'm saying? Next time you see me, I'm going to look like a black Imus. You know what I mean?
Well?
Unless I get a job on the fan. Master K and the Mad Dogs. What I'm saying, Imus, man. Get some color on this station on the fan. You know what I mean? Well, closest thing y'all got on the fan to a black man is that overnight grease ball Joe Beningo. And I ain't playing that. You know what I mean? It's like a hockey team around here.
What's that?
All white. And whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm busting out.
Well, you have a very good point.
I'm going to bust some caps on some brothers out, some bagel-eating brothers with suits on out in the offices out there.
Well?
I'm on the way out now. I'm going to come and get you, too.
Well,
Nah, because I know y'all got the juice.
Well, I support the idea of hiring.
Well, sure. So he's declining to report sports.
Yeah.
So,
no justice, no peace. What I'm saying, Imus, man.
As a protest, I see.
It's crazy.
So you won't be doing sports?
Uh-uh. I'll be Ray Caruthing me some brothers around here, some white brothers.
Well, maybe we should get the program director to come in and explain why we don't have any African Americans.
What's up with that?
Hosting programs on Sports Radio 66 WFAN in New York, when, in fact, a majority of the athletes playing these various sports are, in fact, black.
Mm-hmm.
Address that issue.
I'm feeling you.
Why don't you ask Mark if he'd like to come in and discuss this?
Ask him, I'm going to drag him in.
Texas carried out another execution last night.
God, stop it. You're making me hot.
John Albert Burks, convicted in the 1989 murder of a Waco store owner. Burks' last words were, "The Raiders are going all the way."
No, it wasn't.
Absolutely. Say goodbye to this planet Earth. The Raiders are going all the way.
Like something Joe Beningo would say.
That is our all-night guy at FAN in New York. That's exactly right.
Go Ewing and the Knicks. Goodbye, Parcells. I can't believe they traded Keyshawn. Juice me.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
According to Francesa, they drafted that whack job kicker from Poland. You know, they're supposed to be the greatest kicker in the history of pro football.
Well, there you go.
The guy now is looking to do some hard time for some mess he got into. We had that story the other day. But so they have a very good team, the Oakland Raiders.
You never know. I think I should be doing middays somewhere.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFAN.
Is your online business that strong? There. Take it for pain. Take it for life.
Well, we can't get a member of management to come in and discuss the issue of the lack of black hosts on the radio station. None are available, apparently. They must have heard us talking and...
Not available for comment?
Well, I don't know. We can't find anybody. Oh. So either hiding or...
Well, they got some chrome in their dome.
It was amusing to listen to Jody and Susan yesterday, these two morons doing this talk show after we're off here in New York, trying to figure out who Jimmy Buffett was. And what the parent had, totally, by the way, unaware that he'd written 2 best-selling novels recently, and I believe a nonfiction bestseller. And just shocking. She's shockingly ignorant of just what's going on in the world.
The culture.
Just the culture. Forget... I mean, you can confine your interest to sports if you want, but, I mean, you have to have an idea what's going on. And I mean, I have an obligation to know what's going on in the world.
Got to move beyond the X's nose, baby.
It's just... it's just, well, what's an OR? You know? Just not a clue, you know?
Well...
We had any statement from the victim in this Mark Chernoff trial yet?
Yes.
What has she said?
She said she's devastated, and she was very upset to see Mr. Chamorro signing autographs during his victory lap statement.
Yeah.
But apparently the jury thought she was a lying hoe. That's the bottom line.
Well, I heard part of her testimony, and obviously I didn't see her and wouldn't attempt to pass any judgment, but she didn't help herself when she was testifying with the attitude. She had a snippy attitude.
Yes, she did. Yeah. Aggressive.
Well, if the girl's raped, I mean, maybe she's entitled to a snippy attitude. But you do have to face the reality that you're in court trying to persuade a jury.
Exactly.
And you would have been better served had you been more amenable to just simply answering questions without an attitude. So.
trying to get the jurors on your side.
Yeah. Whether that's fair or not in the grand scheme of things is irrelevant.
It probably isn't.
It's probably not fair.
Yeah.
I mean, the facts are the facts, and they ought to be, however they're presented, they should be accepted and interpreted by everybody and then judged on. But that's not the way it works. So. But the essence of that story is here you have this meathead playing football for the Green Bay Packers. He's married with 2 kids, 31 years old, and he's 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's drunk at his neighbor's prom party with a bunch of kids in a hot tub in his underwear. I mean, it's beyond outrageous. You don't hand a $20 bill to the babysitter or pay her $80 and hand her an extra 20 and say, here's $20 for being cute. I mean, that just makes you an obnoxious, boorish, sexist loudmouth.
Borderline pedophile.
And borderline pedophile and a jerk. I'm just certainly a jerk. I mean, just a creep.
If you're at the next door neighbors at the hot tub with the prom queen, no.
Well, who's he kidding? Instead, I'm talking about Jesus and so on. I mean, that's the thing I've always thought, and I've talked to various people about this, particularly some people who actually preach the word of the Lord, and that is that Jesus ought to have an opportunity to decide whether he wants people like Mark Chernoff going around talking about Bible study class and thanking him and God. I mean, it's so hypocritical that you can't even comment on it. It's beyond phony and hypocritical. If you're loving Jesus, you're not getting drunk in 1. 2, you're not giving a babysitter $20 telling her she's cute, and you're not getting in a hot tub with her.
Ain't a baptismal.
No, you're not baptizing the girl.
Something incongruous there.
So, I mean, it's... No wonder people think these people are phonies. And do you know why they think they're phonies? Because they are phonies. He is a phony.
Oh, man.
I mean, unbelievable. He's going to write a book.
Oh,
what
there
a
you
creep.
go. God. Hold that bestseller list. We got one coming.
And the creeps just keep coming, don't they? Him, Mark Chernoff, Terry McAuliffe. I mean, just every day there's a new creep sticking his head up above the fence line. Isn't there?
Above the creep line, man.
Honest to God. Almost the entire Phoenix Suns team.
Yeah, they're having some difficulties.
Yeah. You know, it was a good guess yesterday, old Francesa, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came through.
Caught him on a good morning, didn't we?
Sure as heck did.
Wasn't angry, but he was on fire.
Yeah, he had it going.
Imus in the morning.
I have many moods at times.
MSNBC, well, he's on all the time. But he's on every evening, and he's playing some hardball. 9 till the end.
When are you going to stop saying Florida? When are you going to stop?
It's not your election to stop arguing about.
How long are you going to go with it?
When are you going to let me answer your question?
Okay,
are you going to let me answer the question?
Let me tell you what the question is. James, the question is, how long are you people going to rap about Florida?
You know what? We're going to find out the truth. You don't want the truth.
No, I love it.
Would you please let me answer the question? Okay, because if you interrupt me again, I'm just going to stop talking. Did I tell you ask you what questions to ask me?
No,
then don't ask me on your show.
When are you going to stop talking about Florida?
Don't ask me on your show and tell me how to answer the questions.
Right.
And you know what? I'm not going to stop talking about it because I know he won Florida. You know he won Florida. And the Democrats know he won Florida. And James Carville is going to keep fighting for you. And we're going to find out the truth in Florida. And we're going to find out that Al Gore won by a lot. So, no, I'm not going to stop talking about it, ever.
Now, wait a minute. Imus in the morning.
Mac Events asks if you've ever spent an afternoon on a...
Beat me. Little jerk. Bernard and McGurk, Stefan, Monterey, Ivy, Dweck are all over on 57th Street, I believe, next to the Russian Tea Room there at the Carnegie office towers above Carnegie Hall, soliciting beauty products for Hillary Clinton and questioning folks about Bill moving into the neighborhood, and here they are. Now, good morning, Mr. McGurk, Mr. Ivy, Mr. Dweck. So on.
Good morning, Imus. Good morning, Mr. Imus. As you said, yes, we have been soliciting items because Hillary's been looking like an angry hag recently. We don't need a senator from New York who looks angry and bitter and alienates other senators by virtue of her appearance. We want another senator pothole, not a senator a-hole. Now, we have gotten some items here. We've got some gentleman dropped off a fitness magazine. Inside it has a special report, how to make your home look just like the White House. He gave us a box of cigars that she could work out with, and so she could eat. He gave us a can of Alpo. And we want to thank that gentleman for that. And so we're out here interviewing tenants of the building. Who's this young lady? What's your name? What is you're a tenant, or you work in this building?
I work in this building. We have 3 floors, 11, 48, and 49. So I assume that if the ex-president does move into the building, that I will possibly see him.
And how do you feel about him moving? Is it going to be an intrusion or what?
Well, I feel that it might cause some problems getting the elevator. I assume that I won't be able to get on the elevator at the same time as him, so that could be an intrusion, and the fact that it will hold me up from doing my job.
Would you like to work up in the office with him, perhaps?
No.
Why not?
Why not? I think that in and of itself would be a difficulty working with the president, with all the people around him, and...
Do you think it might be a little bit like being Mark Chernoff's babysitter, perhaps?
Absolutely. Or I might have to be careful of being groped in the elevator itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's one worried resident. So you think he should be registered as a sex offender in the precinct, local precinct here?
Sex offender? I don't know. I don't know.
And are they going to have a Hillary alert system for when she walks in here?
I would assume there will be some people downstairs to warn him. That...
have you been following the Sean Puffy Combs trial?
I have.
And what, do you think he's guilty or what? Johnny Cochran, by the way, lives right next door.
Does
Right?
he?
Yeah. Now, why would he hide? Do you think he's guilty or innocent?
Oh, I have no idea.
Well, why,
I think I don't know.
Hear about Jennifer Lopez broke up with him, and she's dating a...
Apparently not.
She's dating a white dancer. What's up with that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Let me ask these brothers. What happens if once you go black, you never go back? What's up with that?
Well, we just want you to know, Iron Man, the real reason we're out here, it's not about Hillary. It's not about Bill. Right. We're out here because Puffy is being prosecuted unfairly.
Mandela!
So we've got this sign that says, Free Puffy Combs.
That's right,
He may not be Mark Rich, but he's rich. And by the way, thanks to the people from Clairol, they brought some products for Hillary, too. I know, unsolicited promotion, but it's free, so we're taking it home.
Monteria, Ivy, Stefan, Bernard Geck, Bernard McGurk, or whatever his name is.
Mandela.
Only known him about 12 years. Out in front of Carnegie Hall with almost an unintelligible report on what's going on there. And one of the more stupid ideas we've ever had, but, you know, what are you going to do? Here now, speaking of all that, is Bill from Chappaqua, who, well, we're not sure exactly who it is, but it sounds suspiciously. Well, let's see. Good morning, Bill.
Hi, man. It's me.
Yeah?
Bill.
Uh-huh.
From Chappaqua.
Yes?
We've spoken before.
I know that.
So I see Bernie's over at Carnegie Hall today.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew he was such a music lover. Thought the only places he went to hear music require a $20 cover charge, $10 a beer, and a fistful of ones for the dancers. He's there to harass the former president, I guess, huh?
Well...
Former president's got an office there?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. What for?
Well, I don't know.
What line of work is the former president in now? And why does he need an office to do it? For all he's going to be doing, he could do it in the back of that pickup truck of his, can't he?
Well...
You know why he's got an office, man?
No.
Because he can, that's why. Rent-free, baby. Thanks to the American taxpayers. Trump don't even have a deal that good. I understand Bernie's conducted something called Glamour Aid.
Yeah.
Raising funds and supplies for Madam Senator Clinton's beauty makeover.
Yeah.
Sure he's got a big enough bucket?
Well...
It's gonna take a lot to make a dent in that hurting puppy, holy God. In fact, she could win that new game show at Trump's where you have to spend $1 million in a half hour.
No.
She could do that in 10 minutes just buying rouge and mascara. Hey, how's that new computer of yours, man?
Well, I have to get Rob in here to fix something.
Oh, yeah?
No.
Well, I don't think Rob's gonna fix nothing unless you start blocking his freaking gig. You know that one, the Valentine's Day show?
Oh, yeah, Robin and Bartlett's third annual Valentine's Day show at the Community Theater in Morristown, New Jersey, Saturday night, February 17th.
That's a week from tomorrow.
For tickets, information, call 973-539-8008 or go to Rob's very fine, entertaining website at robshow.com.
Wow, that sounds great.
Speaking of the First Lady, here she is now on line 2. Good morning, Senator Clinton.
Good morning, Imus. Bill isn't in Chappaqua. He's over at the Peeperama window shopping. And I understand that you want to do me. Is that correct?
Pardon me?
I understand that you're having a fundraiser for my facelift.
Well, we wanted to try to get you, shaped up.
Oh, I should be doing one for yours.
Do you screen these people at all, Mark?
Yes.
Well, she was awful.
Well, she sounded not too bad
She
before.
she sucked.
Or maybe she fell asleep in the 3 hours
Well,
she
who
was
cares?
waiting.
She was awful. Please, I don't put these people on here. Not interested in this. Had to endure Survivor last night, and my TiVo machine was broken. I couldn't get it on.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a VCR to work. So I had to watch it live. It's much fun to watch it.
Yeah, you were stuck with it.
And, God, brutal. Brutal.
Yeah.
So, Dibs and I watched it.
Maryland, you're on the Ingram outrage. Yeah.
Anyway, we hate to see old Norm go, but we're out of New Orleans. Now, if I were to say, if Norm were to ask me that, this is what Norm taught me. If Norm were to ask me that, or if I were to ask Norm that, and Norm would say Decca Records, I'd say, no, that's not right.
Yeah.
And Norm would say, well, no, technically he said it's right because later Decca bought it. Well, he'd have some story, in other words,
to make it work.
To make it work. So no matter, Norm would never be wrong. But he's not a bad disc jockey. Not one of the great disc jockeys in the history of radio, but a very entertaining fellow and a very nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
And had a great career here in New York City for years. And he's going to work with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame out in Cleveland. And he's a genuinely good person. He's been great on CBS-FM. It's, I don't know what they're doing over there. We own the station, by the way. I don't know what they're doing over there, but I haven't talked to Joe McCoy in a while, but...
he always asks for you to work there on April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Emphasizes the fools, though.
Yeah, I'll do that. But I like Joe McCoy a lot, and I always liked Norm a lot. I worked with Norm in Cleveland, by the way. Mm-hmm. Worked with him here in New York.
Yeah.
And
WN.
So they've got some good folks over there.
Yeah.
I love Cousin Brucey. I used to think Cousin Brucey was the biggest phony on the planet. But he's not. He's just him.
That's Cousin Brucey.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, in the deep depths of his heart and soul, he may be a miserable, tormented soul, but he never appears that way in public.
No.
And I've known him on and off for 30 years, and he's always been the same. He's a very decent fellow as well. As is Dan Ingram, who I don't know very well at all, but he is one of the great disc jockeys of all time.
You're on the Ingram outrage. Yeah.
Anyway, we hate to see old Norm go, but, well, Norm, get out. Here's an interesting thing, how a person can be in denial. Now, this is a smart guy. Wouldn't you say he's
very smart?
He is very smart.
Right. Very smart.
For a white guy. I mean, he's very smart. And very bright and very quick. Well, he thinks that he came off fine with James Carville, and James Carville bitch-slapped him.
He doesn't get it.
Wrong.
He's in denial.
Yeah.
I mean, and his staff's going around, well, you handled that great. His staff, he should fire him.
Well, your staff never tells you stuff like that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
You're right, boss.
Of course they do. You
Great
don't.
show, man.
You don't. You and Lee, because you and Lee are the two phoniest bastards on the planet.
Right.
Two thieving, phony,
Go ahead.
little heebie-jeebie lion weasels.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't agree with you more, boss.
We speak the truth.
You do not speak
I
anything.
do speak the truth.
You're a lion worm.
Wrong.
You're worse than Kevin Matheny.
Oh, my God. How could you say that?
You're worse than John Lund.
Oh, my God.
Back down.
Why would you say that?
Good Lord.
I don't know. This should
That's
be
going
mean to
too
you.
far.
You hurt my feelings.
You're a worse program director than that Manelli guy used to be at ABC.
Oh, my God. Play some commercials.
Nice career move he made. Well, I'll write a radio column at the Post for $30 a week. We're listening to Tucker Carlson and Bill O'Reilly. And let me say this in Tucker's defense. When we called him yesterday, he jumped at the opportunity to come on, as did Mr. O'Reilly.
Yeah. So if you like the book, I'm happy you like the book. I was going to give you a list of people who have read it.
I have never read a book that ends with movie recommendations. Well, everyone trashes on, the media elites and Ben and Sally and all that. I mean, the really transgressive, brave thing to do would be to defend the dreaded wealthiest 1%.
Hold on, just one second, Tucker. I'm looking up transgressive. Hold it.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
Wait, I just got transgressive here, Imus. It's a guy who wears women's clothes. What did that have to do with my book?